Americans are incredibly talented. Like I said, when it comes to the arts and creativity, I just find Black American to be funnier. I think we're also funnier. I think we have a natural sense of humor. Like when we're comedians, we do it the best. Also when we sing, we do it the best. When we're athletes, we do it the best.
See, Black pride. Yes, Candace.
I say this on
That's
my
what
show.
we want from Candace. Black pride. Not all of the other shit that makes us say, damn, is she proud to be Black or is she not proud to be Black?
And if you watch my show, you're not hearing anything new. This is what I say. This is the lessons in all of that. Forget the headline about what I said, but why I say it offends me. I'll say because this is what I grew up with, and this is what I know we are capable of. Because I know you can do better. And I know who's making the decisions in the boardroom. And I see their evil game, and it's Machiavellian, and I'm just not having it. That's why I'm not allowed to speak to Black Americans beyond the headlines. That's why they want to separate us, is because they are worried about what would happen if there was a Black Renaissance.
Welcome back, villagers, to another episode of Hugh Tran, the Insurance Man. Candace Owens got fired from the Daily Wire. I'll ask you this question and let me know in the comment section, because in this video, it's about to get juicy. Question: do you think the Daily Wire made a mistake? Number 2, if Daily Wire made a mistake, who are they want to protect? Because if a company fired their employee for speaking facts and truth, who are they protecting? This is my humble opinion. I believe the Daily Wire made a huge mistake, but they have to do what they had to do because they're protecting the people that are running the company. You know who I'm talking about. If you're not anti-Israel, they're gonna fire you. And that's what Candace Owens did. So in that first clip, you saw, she was on Joe Budden. Yeah, Joe Budden. Joe Budden. I'm sorry, brain fart. So Joe Budden, he had this nasty image of Candace Owens because he's the type that listen to reply instead of to understand. Because the legacy media, the West propaganda, they hate Candace Owens because she's too goddamn smart. And she throw facts at you, facts on top of facts, to the point where your brain, if you have a low IQ, you're going to hate Candace Owens because, man, she's spitting facts. And people like Joe Budden, that they don't have her IQ level. So instead of listening to understand what she's trying to say and watch the whole clip, watch the whole speech, watch the whole everything, instead of taking little words or a little clip and drive with it. Him and his audience love to do that towards Candace Owens. Not just him, everybody and their mamas, especially in the Black community. And this is unfortunate for Candace Owens because in our Asian community, when I listen to Candace Owens, I feel enlightened. I learned so much from her. And don't get me wrong, villagers. Don't get me wrong. Full disclosure, I used to not like Candace Owens because I mentioned many times, I used to watch CNN and I read a lot of West propaganda. And by doing that, it make you hate a certain person because that's their narrative. The thing that woke me up was when she got invited to be a speaker with T.I. and a bunch of other Black activists. This was before the 2020 election. And they were running campaign, of course, make everyone, especially the Black community, use the Black community to vote for China Joe. When I was listening to that, Candace Owens made two things that hit me hard. Number one was illegal immigration taking over, and then the Democrat Party is gonna kick the Black community out of the way and bring in illegal immigration. That's how they're gonna replace the Black community. She is correct. It's happening right now. Number two, the nucleus family of the Black community. What is that? It means once upon a time in the 50s, 60s, 70s, the Black community, especially parents, they all stayed together. And that's too powerful too powerful. The black community cannot be controlled if there's a mom, a dad, and a happy, growing family. That applies to all race. The deep states hate that shit. They don't like it when families stay together, because families stay together, good things happen. When good things happen, you cannot control people. So what do? They come in and destroy the nucleus family. And when Candace Owens brought this up, oh, boom, blew my mind, because it's facts. It's all facts. Let me bring up some data right here real quick. So, you can fact check this too, but good luck. Black children growing up without their biological father, 64%. Hispanic children, 42%. White children, 20%. And Asian, 16%. So in the Asian culture, we don't believe in separation. The West propaganda, the West idea is that if you're not happy, leave. Well, in the Asian culture, we're not happy. We work really, really hard. Really, really hard. That's why, data show that our separation is one of the lowest. And that's just how it is in the Asian community. It's not always the best decision, but we think for our children. We think long term. If we splitting up, is this going to be the best way for our children? Most of the time, no. Statistically, when parents break up, the children are the one pay for the heaviest price. As you can see, numbers don't lie. People do. And that's what Democrats love to do. That's a fact. They break down the nucleus family and they come in and go, oh, poor you. You're a single mother. Here, we help you with a couple thousand a month. So that way, you don't need this man. You don't need him. You don't need a father figure. You don't need a father figure to teach your kids how to be a man in the house. Weak men are easier to, control than strong men. Democrat system. I'm not here to hate on Democrat, of course, but they're a horrible party. Just like Republicans are too weak to tell Democrat, hey, stop doing that. You're hurting the nucleus family. 2 wings, left, right, but one head. Remember that, villagers. And that's what bothers me. And after the Daily Wire fired Candace Owens, I've seen so many hates toward Candace Owens because, why? And their narrative is very, very idiotic. It's like you're hating on her when she hasn't speak anything false. All she does is provide facts on top of facts on top of facts. But it's because you have an IQ so low that you don't comprehend it, and you just resort to, ooh, you hate Israeli. You hate black community. You hate the Jews. It's like, no, she doesn't hate anybody. She just gave you guys facts, and if you guys are not smart enough, you hate her. And if she are disagreeing with what you trying to program us to look at, you're gonna fire her. And that's what happened with the Daily Wire. Let's take a look at this video real quick.
So I'm asking you a very simple question.
I'm honestly, you asked it. I'm ready to answer it. I think it was evil, and if you feel it's uniquely, we've bombed a million Iraqi civilians. You're talking about just like if you're weighing against civilian costs. And again, I think how you said about when you read you watch the Passion of the Christ, and you have your eyes when you watch it, and I have my Christian eyes. Very difficult for me to say when the greatest Holocaust that ever happened was against Christians, and with the Bolsheviks drowning us in barges.
Yes.
I cannot discount the things that have happened to Christians. We are actually the most persecuted religion in the world. And it's never described as uniquely evil. And so what happened on October 7th is evil. Full stop.
In the shots.
What has happened in the past to Christians, what's happening currently to Christians in Armenia, it's evil. So you're feeling that it's unique. It's probably, I want to recognize it, but I don't want to sit here and pretend that
make a simpler question then.
I minimize what I've been through. I mean, unique evils, slavery. I'm a black woman. I mean, there's tons of things that have happened, and I don't want to pretend that I think that when it happens to Jews, it's somehow more evil or more unique than when it happens to other groups around the world.
I'm going to ask you.
And what about slavery?
Do you believe there is a qualitative difference between what was done on October 7th and the horrible tragedies that are going on in Gaza, with children being used as human shields and dying and being killed, with all of that? There are tragedies going on in Gaza we both agree on. Do you believe that there is a radical difference between what happened October 7th and what is going on there? Or do you believe that there is really not a moral and huge qualitative difference? It's one or the other.
How it's happening is different. How it's happening is different. There's no
Do you
question
believe
that it's
the same
different.
way? It's evil just the same way.
Children, innocent children dying.
Let's
If
go.
the consequence of children is dying, of course it is an evil thing for innocent children to be dying. And
Do you believe? Okay.
Wowzer. That is the interview she did, which I strongly recommend you guys go into her podcast and take it and watch it, because she interviewed Rabbi Barclay. I think that's the name of that person. And my gosh, it's so hard to listen to him. He hate everybody in the mama except for Jews. And that's crazy. He refused to listen to reasons. He refused to listen to facts. And he made himself look so bad. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to watch. But when it comes to podcasts, I like to listen to both sides. And Candace Owens destroyed the dude. And instead of listening to understand from her angle and her perspective, he just labeled her, what's that word? Anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitic. When you cannot win an argument, you resort to calling people names, and that's what this person did. Evil dude. And it sucks that the Daily Wire had to cave in, and of course, the Daily Wire is owned by a bunch of Jews, and nothing against Jews. It's just, it's okay to disagree, but the fact that she's coming out and talk freely, that hey, you cannot control my voice, and you cannot use my voice to do your controlling your narrative. I'm not okay with that. Insurance man, what do you mean? What is your thought? Take a look at this.
it's not that I'm saying things that they don't like. It's that I'm refusing to allow my voice to be controlled. I want to be clear to you guys. I'm going to be honest with you because everybody's noticing it. Every single political commentator in America, every single one of them knows this. That if you do not step out and say things that are radically pro-Israel, or if you are too quiet on certain narratives and they want you to be radically pro-Israel, you can lose everything. That's the truth. That is a fact. I'm not feeling like I need to hide from that anymore or be afraid to say it, rather, is a better way to say it, because I've endured this for years. I'm just at the end of my rope. I have given so much rope here, and I am just done with it. Every person that you are a fan of, they know this. Every person that you line up to go here speak, they know this. Again, it's not even on the basis of what you say. It can sometimes be on the basis of what you don't say. That an entire mob will assemble, you'll write piece after piece after piece until you subjugate. If you don't subjugate, the bounty grows larger. So yes, there was a large bounty on my head for the crime of refusing to suddenly hate Muslims and to condone Muslims getting bombed following October 7th. Everybody can see that.
I told you, I got the juice. Candace Owens is fed up because she's too smart, and she can stand on her own, do her own thinking, and she can speak on things that she's passionate about. She loves people. Ask Candace Owens. If you don't have a high IQ, if you're smart, you're not smart enough, you're going to resort to what the black community loves to label her as. She's anti-black. She's not black enough. She hates the black community. She hasn't done anything for the black community. It's all false. All bullshit. She speaks highly of the black community. Look at that first clip that I shared with you. But the black community love to listen to reply instead of listen to understand. And I hope this video will help you a little bit to understand who Candace Owens is, because the world needs to wake up, and the black community needs to wake up. The government is using you guys and abusing you guys, and soon they're gonna push you to the side and you have nothing left, and you're gonna cry about it some more. Victimhood is a bad thing. You know why? Illegal immigrants are coming to America at the highest super duper fast pace. What do you think? For what reason? Candace Owens told you guys this in 2019. But instead of listening, what did you guys do? She's bad. She's not black enough. She hate us. Wake up, villagers. Before I let you go, let me know in the comment section what you think of Candace Owens. Is her IQ higher than yours? Or are you able to understand what she's saying? Also, the Daily Wire, did they make a mistake, or was Candace Owens ready to fly away from them because they cannot control her? Before I let you go, villagers, remember, take care of your health, take care of yourself, and most importantly, take care of your family. Until next time.